We are getting ready to clean an operating room suite. This video will instruct us on the proper way to complete the terminal cleaning for an operating room suite. Some things you should remember. You should always wear hospital-acquired scrubs, as you see Maria dressed in today, along with shoe coverings and a bouffant head cap to cover your hair. Also, whenever we clean an OR, we should use designated equipment for an operating room. This should be equipment that is not used anywhere outside of the operating room area. We never use a spray bottle in the OR, and also we never want to bring a bristle broom into an operating room suite. Always use microfiber or a low linting cloth. Here we will use reusable microfiber. And we should always prepare your tools, microfiber, and disposable floor mops with a disinfectant solution before starting. And now I'll turn things over to Maria.
Before we're going to start, we're going to make sure to clean and disinfect your hands. Then we're going to wear gloves, and then we're going to proceed to high dust it. We're going to keep our car close to our door, but we have to make a little line to go through the door in and out. We're going to wash your hands.
As with cleaning any room, you want to perform hand hygiene prior to donning any gloves.
Then we're going to proceed to take the trash and linen out of the OR.
In many ORs, there's a scrub area outside of the main OR room. In those rooms, you would clean the sink from top to bottom and back to front, wiping sink shelves and surrounding surfaces with a clean disposable cloth and disinfectant solution. We would thoroughly clean and disinfect the counter, faucet, handles, sink basin, under the sink, and all the pipes. Pay attention to corners, soap dispenser, and the rim of the sink itself. Doff gloves, perform hand hygiene, and don new gloves before entering the OR room to clean it. In this room, we do not have a scrub sink outside, so we will begin with the OR room itself. We always check a room for isolation signs and for items that should not be present, like trash, any bloody soaked linen, IV fluids. Any large amounts should be communicated to your team lead or to the OR desk. Survey the area for waste and dirty linen that were left behind. Pick up any loose trash on the floor. Close, twist, and knot and gooseneck tie the top of the bag. Never reach into or push on the bag to compress garbage, but use caution and look for protruding objects. Remember, safety first. Any reusable linens should be placed in a blue linen bag, gooseneck tied, and taken to the soiled utility room. Likewise, any trash should be removed, bag removed, gooseneck tied, and taken to the soiled utility room. Also, any red bag waste or red container waste should also be bagged, kept separate from all other soiled waste and soiled linens, and taken to the sold utility room. Once all those items are removed, you should perform hand hygiene. Doff your gloves, perform hand hygiene, and don new gloves. Our first step in cleaning an operating room for a terminal clean is to high dust. In an operating room suite, we will always use a damp dusting technique. Here, Maria is using a reusable microfiber. It must be specific to this room. Never reuse microfiber from room to room. She has dampened it with our disinfectant solution, and she's using an extension handle to help her reach. We always damp dust in a systematic way, starting in one corner of the room and working our way around the room. You can do any upper ceilings that you cannot reach by hand, light fixtures, equipment, any fixed ceiling equipment, lights, and vents, external tracks, AORN requires that walls and ceilings are thoroughly cleaned one time per week on a set schedule. For instance, if today were Monday, and we said that this is the day that walls and ceilings are cleaned, we would add that to our terminal clean. Otherwise, they will be spot cleaned as necessary. We would still high dust all overhanging lights and equipment, vents, and again, spot cleaning any areas that need spot cleaning.
Now we're gonna clean the top of some of the furniture.
Once your high dusting is complete, you can remove any soiled microfiber covering from your high dusting tool and place it in a container for laundering, or if disposable, you can place it in a disposal container.
Now we're gonna proceed to disinfect the room. We have a bag on the floor so we can dispose all the microfiber rag we use in there. And we have a container with a disinfectant solution and rags. So we're gonna place a couple of rags around the room to clean and disinfect. So we're gonna use this one from here.
As with any area that we clean in, we will use methodologies that are proven methodologies for environmental services to help prevent infection. And those would be clean from top to bottom, cleanest to dirtiest, and clockwise to counterclockwise. Just like Maria moved around the room when she was high dusting in a systematic manner, she will do the same when she is disinfecting the items in the room.
Now we're gonna move all the furniture on the center of the room. If they have a curtains like that, we have to reshape if everything is okay, if they don't have spots, if they don't have blood spills, and anything else for both sides.
There is a lot of equipment in an operating room, and all the equipment has to be cleaned according to AORN recommendations, which means that we have to clean it from top to the very bottom down to the casters. Okay, go ahead.
Now we're going to start cleaning the walls all around, all the attachments, like for example, telephones, this station, this part of the equipment, everything is on the walls, the vents. If you have spots, you have to wipe it down, everything around, sharp containers, this wall too, everything is around the room.
Maria has successfully worked her way around the room, cleaning the walls and any affixed equipment to the walls from top to bottom, including the sharps container, which as she cleaned, she checked. If it's full, you should report to the team lead, supervisor, or the OR staff. She cleaned the outside of the cabinets. This is the responsibility of the environmental services team to clean the outside of any inset cabinets or closed cabinets. The surgical services team will be responsible for anything inside the cabinet. She paid careful attention to electronic equipment to ensure that it did not get overly saturated, which can damage equipment. Keyboards should have a cover. This is the responsibility of environmental services team to clean any keyboard cover. This one does not have a cover, so it should be reported to the surgical services team. I don't know why it keeps. Now, Maria will start cleaning all of the equipment that she has pushed to the center of the room. Again, she will pay close attention to cleaning methodologies, cleaning from top to bottom, and moving around the room in a systematic way. Remember that as part of an OR terminal clean, we will clean not only the equipment itself, but also any casters that are on the equipment.
I'm gonna clean now the headlights, and then I'm gonna start to clean the bed.
The overhead lights are directly over top the patient during surgical procedures, and close attention should be spent on these, ensuring that they are clean and dust-free.
Now I'm gonna start cleaning the bed. Making sure to clean both sides.
Maria's gonna place all these items on the Mayo table that she had already previously cleaned. So as she cleans and disinfects each piece of the bed pad or mattress, she will place it on the Mayo stand to air dry, ensuring, again, that we have the proper contact or wet time. Notice that Maria is cleaning the top of the mattress first. She removes the pads, cleans underneath. As you are cleaning and disinfecting the mattress, you should be looking for anything that would compromise the mattress, such as tears or wear, even on the Velcro itself. Anything that is noticed that may be of concern should be reported to your team lead, supervisor, or to the OR control desk. In order to maintain the integrity of the mattress, it must not have any tears or weak points that would allow body fluids to contaminate the insides of the mattress. Maria is tinting the mattress, kind of hard to get in this video, pieces, to ensure that they are properly dry while she's cleaning the rest of the bed and equipment. Maria is moving the bed into the high position so she can better clean the platform and area underneath the bed.
Some of the beds are unassemblable, but this one they're not. So this one they stay like that, but we have to move one side to another one to clean everywhere under the bed. This side of the bed.
The bed, like all other equipment, should be cleaned from top to bottom. You can see that Maria is working her way around the bed. When you're cleaning a bed, you never want to reach across to clean the other side of the bed, but move around the bed as you clean. You don't want to risk contaminating the surface or yourself.
Now we're going to start mopping the floor around, and then we're going to clean all the furnitures, and we're going to put it back on the floors, on the clean floors.
Okay. So Maria will mop the floor where the equipment goes, clean the equipment from top to bottom, including the canisters, and then move the equipment back into place on the freshly mopped floor. In an operating room suite, we will here at WakeMed use disposable microfiber mop pads that are saturated with our disinfectant solution. Just as in the microfiber, Maria strategically places her mop pads around the room to ensure that she has the proper saturation to ensure contact time.
I'm going to start with the baseboards first. And then with the floor. This is a really small one. Maybe I can go through here. I need to go through that area.
Recall that we said that in an operating room suite, bristle brooms are not allowed. You can see that Maria can sweep any dust or debris into a pile, which then can be picked up with her microfiber pad at the end of the cleaning and placed in the trash. Maria continues to work her way around the room in a systematic manner, moving along the wall where she will need to place the cleaned equipment. Notice that Maria uses a figure 8 pattern when mopping, always using the leading edge of her mop to prevent cross-contamination. When removing the mop pad, keeping it rolled up with the contaminated side on the inside will also help prevent cross-contamination. Maria doffs her gloves, performs hand hygiene, and will don new gloves before continuing to her next task. Now that Maria has completed the mopping, performed hand hygiene, and donned new gloves, she will begin wiping the equipment from top to bottom with a disinfectant solution as part of the terminal clean. As she cleans each piece of equipment, she will move it back into its proper position. As she moves about the room, you will note that, again, Maria will move in a systematic way to ensure that nothing is missed. Shifting of items can be done as long as you're placing the cleaned item on an already cleaned and on a clean and disinfected surface. Place all items back in their proper position. Once cleaned and disinfected. Maria is going to clean the wall-mounted computer monitor. To prevent oversaturation on electronics, we want to squeeze our microfiber cloths to remove any excess saturation before cleaning the monitor or any other type of electronic device. Any equipment with cords or cables, we must also remember that those should be wiped with a disinfectant solution before completely replacing them back in their destination location. Okay, now that the items and equipment in the room have been cleaned, disinfected, and placed back into their proper location, Maria will place the pieces of the mattress pad back up on the bed in a tinted position. This is to allow them to completely dry. We do not dress the bed, as AORN requires a damp dusting of the room prior to the first procedure.
We're gonna lock the bed to mop under the bed.
Maria now will mop the center of the room under the location of the bed and any areas that were not covered when she mopped the perimeter or outside corners of the room.
Once we finish mopping the floor, we're gonna put the bed back. And lock the bed. Make sure it's locked. Now we're gonna go and clean your tools. And once you clean the tools, you can put it back on your cart. gonna take our trash.
Ensure to position your wet floor sign at the entrance to the room to prevent anyone from slipping. You can see that the bed is in an attentive position, and this is an indication to our surgical services team that this room has been terminally cleaned. The next step will be a UV light disinfectant process, but that'll be another video.